The Chimpanzees Project has launched a fundraiser campaign to raise £250,000 to help create Britain's first permanent, fully inclusive health and play centre, overlooking the Severn Bridge at the Aust Services on the M48. Chimpanzees began in Bristol in 2016 and has been operating a successful pop-up project, providing play facilities for children with disabilities at the weekends and school holidays. But a permanent base open all year round would bring as many as 200,000 visitors a year.
I'm really fortunate with our fundraising. We've raised 5 million out of our 8 million target, but a lot of that money is pledged for the future, so we can't get to it until we get through this crowdfunder. So the crowdfunder will really unlock those pledges and allow us to start building.
This permanent space for chimpanzees would mean the world to families like Emma's.
It had been a very isolating experience having a baby that had a disability, and I'd find it really difficult to go anywhere and feel safe and feel included. And I stumbled across Chimpanzees pop-up back in 2016, and it started, and we've been going every pop-up ever since. I think so many families take for granted something that's just so simple, like what to do on a Saturday afternoon, or what to do in the school holidays, what to do if the weather's bad. And having somewhere that we can come with our social group, so children of all abilities, wheelchair users, ambulant children, children like Elliot, being able to all come together and be able to socialise, and for the mums and dads to be able to have a cup of tea and have a chat, and our children will be entertained. It means the world. It really does mean the world.
It is play and exercise, but it's also health. It's also helping children have their first steps, or take their first laugh, or open their hands to play for the first time, or make their first friend. Like it's more than just somewhere that you can go. It's somewhere that you can make a parent who can make a friend and be able to support each other through their different journeys. Like it is epic, and we're expecting about 200,000 visitors a year when we open. So the impact is going to be huge, not only in the short term, but longer term on health, but also on independence, on employability, on education. It has massively wide-reaching impacts. We just need to open together. Here will be the soft play, so it's a 2-level soft play, and it will have things like a through-floor lift so that we can get our wheelchair users up so that they can go down potentially their first ever slide, and there'll be hoists over the kind of the floor area, so again people who are non-mobile can access the whole soft play. And then things like the steps will be smaller so that if your legs are tight or your muscles don't work properly, it's easier to climb. So it's a properly kind of inclusive soft play. And through here will be a massive trampoline room. So we'll have 3 in-the-floor trampolines, and they'll be big, so they're called rebound therapy trampolines. So they're just made to be a bit gentler. So for our bouncers, or for children who need bouncing, it's a kind of a gentler bounce. And then this will be a full climbing wall, but instead of it going up, which is quite difficult for a lot of our children who have problems or they don't really have danger awareness. So it'll be going sideways, but over in that end it will start with the pieces really close together, so for children whose muscles are really, really tight between their legs, they can still do their climbing, and it'll come all the way over to this end, which will have kind of more adventurous physical stuff with overhangs, and then there'll be a hoist the whole way along it so that we can get our totally non-mobile children who can still get the climbing experience. This is our swing room, so we'll have 6 different therapeutic swings. So there'll be things like a hug swing, which is basically this incredible material that you can properly get into, so it kind of cocoons you and makes you feel like you're getting an all-over body hug, which is amazing for the health of children who can get a bit overstimulated. It can calm all of that stimulation down, through to really physically challenging swings where you have to hold yourself upside down, or climb bits. So it's all kind of for health benefits, but it's all swinging, so everyone loves it. That side there we have our active sensory room, so that has lots of really high-tech things, so things like a sand pit, which has a depth perception projector with a depth perception monitor on it. So the sand has kind of a video effect on top of it, but as you build up, you can change the colours or change the scene. So you can build up and make a volcano, and then you make a hole in the top and the volcano explodes, or you dig down and it becomes water with fish swimming in it. The children absolutely love this, and some of our children will get inside the sand. It could be their first time that they've ever been in sand, but then it's just such a stimulating piece of kit. But for our children who run and run and run and can't stay still, it will be absolutely amazing for them. Through to things like, we've got a massive screen, it's like a huge iPad, and it can become a table, it can tilt over you, so if you're a wheelchair user and you can't move very much, you can still get all that cause and effect. We actually last summer had a child, well, not a child, an 18-year-old lady who pulled herself into standing for the very first time because she wanted to see what was on this iPad, and then she stayed in standing, and her mum was like completely in shock because she'd never done it before. So loads of really stimulating, exciting equipment there. And then this side will be a light sensory room, a dark sensory room. So again, these are rooms with lots of calming equipment, so lots of things that are tactile, that feel nice, or things like vibration, or different lighting, or different things like very quiet bells. So it's a really calm space. We've had children in there. We had a vibrating mat that a 9-year-old actually lay on, and because the vibration woke up his back, he then rolled over for the very first time. So yeah, those are great rooms. And then this here, huge space, will be our gym. So the gym will have 25 pieces of high-tech equipment. So it's things like a cross trainer for children who can't even hold their heads up, or something called Hypervibe, which is a vibrating platform which kind of wakes up children's muscles so that children who haven't been able to stand can suddenly stand, through to just regular gym kit for our more mobile children, so everyone can exercise the full scope of disability. Absolutely everyone can get some exercise, and they can get out of breath potentially for the first time, or go red for the first time, which is obviously brilliant for their health as well. And then we have outdoors, we have our outdoor play. So it will be an incredible outside playground. It'll be the first of its kind of this kind of epicness, where we've got 10 different companies we've been speaking to, and we're getting the best of what they've each been able to put together. So it will be absolutely awesome. I think Bristol is really special. I think there's an awful lot of heart in Bristol. We have had the most incredible amount of support from individuals wanting to give us advice, to companies volunteering their time. It has really taken off in Bristol. I don't know other places that would be the same. Like, we are incredibly lucky to be starting it here, but it's needed around the country. This is the first of its kind, and people will come from everywhere around the country to access it. And the plan is to open another 12 of them around the country. So yeah, one day.
If people can donate and contribute to chimpanzees, the effect that it will have on so many children and so many families, and children that deserve to be able to have fun, to be able to be together, to be able to have somewhere that they can access with changing facilities and inclusive equipment, whatever anybody